Interesting. It's a bondage room.
What's so interesting about all of this? It's creepy.
Don't kink shame me. Well, how about I show you later? God damn it, she really was a kink shaming me.
Hey guys, it's Ren!
And Lid.
And we're back today with Halloween Otome!
It is not Halloween anymore, but it hasn't been for a while.
No, this is gonna be a bonus episode where we do the general route to get the scenes with Osiria, and we're also gonna read you some of the scripts from the fan book. So let's strap ourselves in and get started.
Alright.
Boom.
We are Catbutt Finkelbottom. Finkelbottom.
Nyan! I caught sight of a young woman making her way towards me. I don't think I've seen you speak to anyone yet.
You've been watching me?
No, not exactly. It's just that every time I looked over here, I'd see you alone. I thought you might like some company.
Oh, so you came here out of pity?
No, you just reminded me of a friend of mine. She tends to shy away from social interaction.
I see. Well, I am not exactly shy, just maybe a little bit out of my comfort zone.
Is it your first time? I know the first time can be quite intimidating.
Yeah, was yours?
Not exactly, but then I wasn't alone. The faint tune of a familiar song began to play! Speak of the devil. She quickly pulled out her phone and answered it. You do realize it hasn't even been 24 hours, right? Fine, just hold on a second. She shot me an apologetic smile. Pardon me, but this might take a while. She left to find a quiet place to continue the phone call.
Oh. Well.
It's not so bad to lose to a friend once in a while.
Hey, you almost beat me.
True, but you won fair and square. It was a pleasure to go up against you. Wink wonk.
No, Ice Cream.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure to go up against you.
Thanks. It was nice playing against you, too.
Well, I should get back to my team. I hope we meet again under less, competitive circumstances.
Me too.
We love you.
Bye.
I spent a while just window shopping or mentally noting things that I or Mira would like. Miss Archer.
Do you need me
I
to
was
talk
just
at all, by
starting
the
to
way?
get hungry
You can comment on things.
when I heard someone call out for me. I turned toward the voice to see a blue-haired young woman walking towards me.
She's so pretty.
The Ice Queen! I knew it was you.
Oh, she's so cute.
Wow, what a coincidence!
It certainly is. So what brings you here? I'm sure there are plenty of other places you could have chosen for this rest day.
I wanted to get some shopping done before the event was over. What about you?
Something similar, although it doesn't hurt that I've already seen all the sights here anyway. It was at that moment that my stomach decided to remind me I had yet to eat.
I was just about to grab some food. Do you want to join me, Ice?
Please, call me Osiria. I'd be delighted to join you.
Oh, it's a pretty
That name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Mira would probably know. What about Eric's rule?
What Eric doesn't know won't hurt him. Besides, by this point, I know a lot of people have figured out the identities of the more obvious celebrities.
Well, in that case, I'm Catbutt.
It's nice to formally meet you, Catbutt.
It's nice to meet you, too. Do you know what's the best place to get something for breakfast around here?
Yes, my
Well,
vagina.
I suppose that would depend on your tastes, but there is this cafe that does absolutely divine waffles and pancakes.
Lead the way!
A few minutes later, we were both seated in a cafe with a mound of breakfast food in front of us.
You're right! These are amazing!
I'm glad that you like them.
I more than like them. I'd love to get the recipes.
I may be able to help with that. She signaled a waiter over.
No, you...
You don't want the recipes?
I do, but generally places like this won't
let me worry about that. She handed the waiter a card.
Could you please make sure that your manager gets that?
Certainly.
Certainly.
A few minutes later, a sharply dressed man made his way over to our table.
Miss Joseph Sterling, if you had told us you were coming, we would have given the best table prepared for you. Oh!
I am aware of that.
If there is anything at all, that we can do to make your time here more.
If there is one thing you could do, you see my friend over here would love to get a copy of this cafe's recipes.
Of course! I'll see to it right away.
The manager rushed to the kitchen.
You didn't have to do that. I know, but I wanted to. Honestly, if I can't use my influence to help out a friend, then what good is it?
Fair enough.
But we've really only just met. True, but when it comes to people, I trust my instincts, and they say good things about you.
I say many good things about you, girl.
You could get in trouble that way. Well, I haven't yet. Besides, if it bothers you that much, you can always repay me by cooking these dishes for me one day.
Please take me
course
to your
I will.
farm and let me live with you. I'll date you for life.
Thank you so much!
A few minutes later, the manager returned with a binder that he laid out on the table.
That should be all of them.
Thank you. Was there something else?
You'll tell your father good things about us, right, Miss Joseph Sterling?
I'll tell him that you've been very helpful. The manager let out a long breath.
Thank you, Miss Joseph Sterling.
He turned and walked back to his office.
So what was that about?
This cafe chain is one of my father's many business ventures.
Lucky, you must have gotten to try out so much amazing food.
She let out a giggle. Not many people care about how good the food tastes. They tend to care more about the money.
But it's a food chain. Surely they want good food.
That isn't what I meant. Still, I'm glad I was able to meet someone like you on this trip. We paid for the food and left the cafe. Ah! We walked around for a bit through the different stores and bought some things that caught our interest. We were just about to enter another store when Osiria's phone started to ring.
Are you gonna answer that?
In a moment. I like this song, and he can afford to wait a few seconds. She brought the phone to her ear and accepted the call. Hello? Yes, the 57 missed calls did give me the impression that you were trying to contact me.
Oh my.
Have you forgotten the rules of the game? We don't get to keep our phones while it's in full swing. Yes, well, if you hadn't gotten yourself kicked out all those years ago, that wouldn't be a problem. No, I haven't been accosted by anyone. No one has made any romantic advances towards me, willingly or otherwise. Yes, all of my needs are being seen to by Eric's attentive staff.
I will make romantic advances towards you. Please.
No,
if you are comfortable.
You know what? I'm just going to hang up now. I have company and a very limited amount of time to actually enjoy it. I'm going to be back home in a few days anyway. You should take the time to go and do something fun without me. Hanging up now. And with that, she cut the call.
Boyfriend?
Butler.
Sounds like a suffocating relationship.
It usually isn't. He just gets separation anxiety.
Oh, he's a pet.
Sounds like a pet.
Well, he is like a puppy, although he has a mean bite. Still, I'll worry about him when I get back. For now, we should enjoy ourselves. We spent the rest of the day shopping, and before we knew it, it was time to return to the mansion. Yay! Oh no!
What was that?
I'm not sure, but it came from that direction.
We cautiously made our way to the source of the sound. We both froze in shock at the scene in front of us.
Well, someone has a strange taste in decor and possibly lacks olfactory perception. Oh my god!
We looked to see a pale Wolfie enter the corridor, closely followed by Mamaruni-san.
I was wondering where the two of you were. I almost thought you got lost. Oh, finally! Company that might actually hold it together. Well, someone's excited to see me. Is that the mama in your pocket?
Did aliens steal his body?
That sound definitely came from... Oh! We all turn and see Osiria enter the room, followed by 2 females and 1 male.
I fancy meeting all of you here.
It's certainly my pleasure to be in the presence of 4 lovely ladies.
Both women behind the Ice Queen proceed to blush and preen. The Ice Queen, however, lived up to her name and didn't even bat an eye at his remark. If we're all here to finish the same task, perhaps we should work together. That sounds...
How do we know that you won't betray us at the end to claim the win for yourself?
That's not for you to decide. I was talking to your leader.
Oh.
I think we should team up. I look forward to working with you. Likewise. I suppose introductions are in order. I'm the Ice Queen, and these are Lady Luna. She gestured to a woman dressed as a moon goddess. Miss Angel gestured to the woman in a full white angel costume. And Sir Knight gestured to a man wearing armor that showed more skin than would be safe in a proper battle. I proceeded to introduce my team to the others.
You are so lucky to be in a team with 3 dependable guys.
What makes you think they're dependable?
They look dependable, not like our Sir Knight.
Hey, I'm dependable. Mama Rudy-san completely ignored what was happening as he walked.
It's just my hey with your hey.
As he walked through the bloodied corridor to get a closer look at the bloodstained message on the wall. Oh god, I forgot that sound effect. I cringed at the sloshing of his feet over the entrails.
So why don't you go over and look at the message too?
No way, I'm not walking through that.
Eric's certainly. Oh, sorry. Eric's certainly outdone himself this time. Sorry, audio levels. For once, something in his Halloween event is more creepy than corny. Haha. Are you going to tell us what you're looking at, or just stay there and enjoy the smell? Hey, the message is a little smeared, alright, and the writing is really untidy. I'm trying to figure the words out right now.
He scanned the words before making a rude sound.
Ugh, there's nothing useful here.
What does it say, though?
I'll hide something, seek first. Something must find something first. Something last. Something falls, we shall something for all something. That is completely useless. Are you sure you're reading it right? You're welcome to try if you think you can do better.
The Count grimaced as he walked towards the wall.
I'm going to have to show... I remembered my BOGO line and I'm laughing. I'm going to have to throw out these shoes after these. E.T. blank blank N.T.T. blank blank eternity. Not much use, were you? Well, that could be pay or play. I'm not sure if that's a smear or an L. Still not helpful.
The sound of childish singing bounced off the walls, seemingly coming from everywhere at once. The lights began to flicker and I felt Wolfie grab my hand.
Hello.
As the singing faded, the light stopped flickering.
Well, that was something. Nothing more than a cheap trick to try to scare us. Well, it must have worked considering how close you were to me all of a sudden. Oh, don't tell me you've actually fallen for me as well. You're full of yourself. Ah!
They made their way back over to us. The Count raised an eyebrow at our clasped hands as causing Wolfie to hastily pull his away.
Hey, Mr. Wolf, you're welcome to hold my hand. No, I'm fine.
Well, anyway, that clue was of no help. We came from that corridor there, and nothing out of the ordinary. Perhaps we should continue along the left path until we find more clues.
Yeah, probably best to leave this area as quickly as we can. Let's hope Eric's second clue makes more sense. We headed off together, keeping a lookout for anything that might give us a hint as to what we were supposed to be doing. After a few minutes, the lights began to flicker again.
Keep moving, it's just a trick.
As he said that, we saw a flickering blue light in the middle of the corridor. Lady Luna and Miss Angel came to an abrupt stop and let out an ear-piercing scream.
What the hell? What's all that screaming about?
Mamorunie-san pushed his way to the front and Count followed. The singing started up again,
as my eyes darted to see what had caught their attention, but I couldn't see anything with them in the way. Come on, Miss Archer, let's see what the fuss is all about. We pushed our way between Mamaruni-san and the Count. Is that?
A child.
The child pointed at us and mouthed something silently.
Does anyone know how to lip read?
Regrettably, it is not one of my skills.
Mamaruni-san?
As a matter of fact, I do.
So what's she saying?
8 little costume dolls all in a fix. 2 fell behind, and then there were 6.
And then there were Wolfie and Sir Knight!
I
We
was hoping
turned
it'd be
to
the girl.
face them, but they were gone!
No,
Wolfie,
why didn't
Sir
you get rid
Knight!
of the other NPCs?
Where did you go? If this is a joke, it isn't funny.
The singing abruptly stopped. I spun around to see the child had disappeared as well.
They were right behind us.
The Count started to walk down the hallway to look for them.
They can't have gone.
What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. I just stepped on something. Make that some things.
He leaned down to pick the items off the ground.
So this is interesting.
The Count walked back to show us what he found.
Oh! So
He held
that's
out
what they
2
look like.
blood-covered dolls, one of Wolfie and the other of Sir Knight.
Sir Knight can get it. I accidentally got blood on them from my shoes. You know what they say, some people like to be stepped on. It's blood.
Osiria reached over and pulled out a folded piece of paper that was sticking out from under Wolfie's doll's belt. Find me.
Me? But 2 of them were taken, unless...
Find the ghost girl.
Well, I guess that's our second clue.
I don't want to go on a ghost hunt. Yeah, it will be scary.
Well,
You'll protect me, right, Count? No, he'll protect me.
ladies, there's enough of me to go around. It doesn't have to be like this. I have 2 hands.
Mamaruni-san let out an amused noise as both of them latched onto the Count's arms. Well, there's nothing to be done by standing here, so we should get moving. We continued walking until we came to a set of doors. We should probably search this room for clues.
Allow me, milady. Got tip my fedora.
Please refrain from calling me that.
As you wish, but not milady. Miss Angel, Lady Luna, perhaps you should wait here for my return.
Lady Luna let go of his arm, but Miss Angel held on even tighter.
No, I'm going with you.
All right.
Miss Angel gasped as he pushed the door open.
Interesting. It's a bondage room.
What's so interesting about all of this? It's creepy.
Don't kink shame me. Well, how about I show you later? God damn it, she really was a kink shaming me. Darren, this is his fucking castle.
They walk into the room and the door slams shut behind them.
I fucking hate you, Eric. I fucking
Damn! We grabbed the door handle and started rattling it, but the door wouldn't budge. The light started to flicker and the ominous singing rose up again. We need to get that door open. The 3 of us turned to stare expectantly at Mamaruni-san.
Hey, if they want some alone time, I'm not going to interrupt. I'm okay with being a cuck.
We glared at him threateningly.
Oh, you know what? Fine. But don't blame me if you get an eyeful of something you don't want to see.
He was about to try and knock the door down when it suddenly creaked open by itself as the singing faded. We slowly made our way inside the room. The Count and Miss Angel were nowhere to be seen. We scanned the room and saw the Count's cape lying in a pool of blood with a strange lump in the middle. Lady Luna gasped and reached for Mamaruni-san, but he just shrugged her off and picked up the cape. He grimaced before tossing it aside and leaning down to pick up the items forming the lump.
2 original dolls as well as 2 more dolls and bloody angel wings.
He threw the wings in the direction of the cape before bringing the dolls over to us. Is there another note? Mamorini-san looked over the dolls carefully before pulling a note out from under the Count's waistcoat. He unfolded it and read it aloud.
Find me, same as last one.
It seems like we're running out of time to do so. We should take anything that looks useful so we don't need to backtrack.
I can see 2 coils of rope.
That should definitely be useful. Take it.
I found some stakes over there. We could use them as weapons.
Sure, take those too. Osiria scanned the ceiling for a moment before speaking. I want those.
What? The torture devices? Ooh, everyone's kinky.
No, the carabiner hooks holding them up. Those things can be extremely useful.
Oh, okay, that was just me then. I don't see how you're going to get them unless you can fly.
Kneel. Then I can get on your back.
Oh, shit, dog. I'm not going to grovel for any of you. Your butler might have dropped at the chance, but not me. I may be a cuck, but I'm not a sub.
You could try lifting her up. That should be easy enough.
I refuse. All those frills would be too annoying. I'll lift you instead. You look like you'd be the lightest. Oh, boy.
I watched Lady Luna pout angrily, and the Ice Queen just give an indifferent shrug at his comment. Mamorini-san put his arms around my waist before lifting me up.
For someone so small, you're pretty heavy.
I'm not heavy, you're just weak.
Aw, shit, dog. Get wrecked. I'm stronger than you are.
I rolled my eyes at his words before reaching for the nearest carabiner.
Oh shoot, it's a little out of my reach. Move a little to the left. Little more. Perfect.
I quickly grabbed the carabiner. Try to get one more.
Alright, move backwards a bit, Mamorini-san. Little more. Got it.
Finally.
He lowered me to the ground. I handed the carabiners to the Ice Queen. Thank you, Miss Archer. I think that's everything, so let's get going. We left the room behind. We cautiously continued down the corridor, keeping an eye out for anything unusual. Stay alert, it's been quiet for too long. Lady Luna made to grab onto Mamorini-san, but his glare stopped her.
Don't even think about it.
Mamorini-san stopped abruptly.
Can you feel that?
We stopped as well, and that's when I noticed it.
The ground was shaking slightly.
This is not good. We need to keep moving. We started walking again, this time much faster than before. The shaking seemed to intensify as well until we needed to lean against the walls just to stay upright. We rounded another corner just in time to see the floor crumble away. We pulled to an abrupt stop.
Looks like this way is out of the question.
But it cut myself off when I noticed a figure on the other side of the chasm. Mamorini-san turned to glare at the little girl. Once again, the singing started up. The girl pointed towards us and started mouthing something.
What's she saying? Is she taunting us?
6 little costume dolls knocking on hell's door. 2 crossed that line, and then there were 4.
Why is she talking about the Count and Miss Angel now? She took them a while ago.
She's taunting us. Well, too bad for her, we can't get to the other side. It's impossible. She'll have to be happy with just the 4 of them. Oh well, too bad, so sad, go home.
I'd hardly go that far. There's a metal bar across the ceiling in the middle of the room, and we have rope. We can just hook it to the bar and swing across. The shaking stopped and we could finally move away from the wall.
Are you kidding me? You want to swing across that huge chasm?
Yes. The Ice Queen attached a carabiner to each rope.
I don't think I can do this. That gap is humongous.
I'll stay here and protect her. Yes, I'm not afraid of chasms.
Osiria raised an eyebrow at him while I gaped.
Since when are you chivalrous?
I'm always chivalrous.
Yeah, right. Well, if that's what you both want, then suit yourselves. I, for one, am crossing this chasm. Miss Archer, are you with me?
Yeah.
How good is your aim?
Good enough.
Then you can do this one. She handed me one of the ropes while keeping the other for herself. We both launched our ropes at the beam. My first attempt glanced off the beam and fell into the hole.
Damn it!
I quickly pulled the rope back out and tried again.
Yes!
I managed to hook the carabiner to the rod. I tugged a few times to check how secure and sturdy it was. I looked over to Osiria to see her doing the same.
Mine seems like it'll hold.
Mine too. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We took a few steps away from the edge before taking a running leap to pick up enough momentum to get us across. As we sailed across the chasm, the light started flickering again.
Oh, shit!
The moment my feet hit the ground on the other side, I whirled around to find Mamorini-san and Lady Luna, only to have my fears realized. They were gone.
Finally, we're alone with Our Lady.
I could just make out a lump on the other side of the chasm. Is that another doll? It seems likely. The last ones had clues, so we should probably get this one too. I'll go. I swung back to the other side. Just as I thought. There were dolls of Mamoruini-san and Lady Luna resting atop the 4 other dolls.
I can't hold all these dolls.
Carrying all 6 dolls like this will be really inconvenient. Oh, I know.
I quickly emptied my quiver and shoved all the dolls into it. Then I swung back to the other side.
Did they have any clues? I'm not sure. I didn't take the time to check.
I pulled out the 2 newest dolls and looked them over. It didn't take me long to find a folded-up note sticking out from under Mamoruini-san's bandages.
I quickly pulled it free and unfolded it to find a different message from last time. Mine. She can keep him.
The light seemed to dim in response to my words. Time to get out of here. We ran through a corridor and came to a large door. The Ice Queen pushed it open cautiously to reveal a room filled with mirrors. She took a step into it, only to have the door slam shut behind her. I tried rattling the handle, but just as I expected, it wouldn't budge. After a moment, it swung open on its own, and the Ice Queen was nowhere to be seen. I took a step inside and noticed a doll of the Ice
she's
Queen
cute.
lying on the ground. The door swung shut behind me when I picked the doll up. I looked it over, but it didn't seem to have any clues. I held the Ice Queen doll close for comfort as I walked further into the room. Meow, 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 all the same stuff. Mirrors, yeah! Yeah!
Mirrors.
Tunes!
'Cause you're
Oh,
my
no!
mirror.
Oh,
My mirror staring back at me. Is Archie over here?
Wolfie, where?
I looked around for a moment before I spotted someone waving. I walked over to the waving man.
Wolfie, how did you know it was me?
He tapped the symbol on his mask.
All our team members have this symbol. See? Mamoruini-san and Count have it.
I looked to the 2 men standing beside him to see they did indeed have it.
Can we start now? I don't see why not.
So where should we go first?
Let's split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Sure.
I headed for the nearest booth, which turned out to be goldfish scooping. The booth attendant handed me a bowl and a poi, and I began scooping. I was fast but careful. It wasn't long before I had 10 fish in my bowl.
You have tunfish.
Toonfish? You have toonfish?
That's enough to exchange for this token. It's proof that you've won a game.
What if I get more?
Then you can get one of these items as well.
He pointed to a selection of plush toys.
Then I'll try for more.
I managed to scoop 5 more into the bowl before the poi broke.
So a token, and which one will it be?
I'm not sure.
I studied the plush dolls carefully and noticed one hidden behind all the others.
What's that one?
He gave me a big grin as if he was sharing a secret.
Oh, so you noticed. I'll tell you the truth. It's a one-of-a-kind Eric doll. I meant an Eric doll that was made for the games yesterday.
I'll take it.
Aw.
All right, here you go. Good luck on the rest of your games, little lady.
He took the bowl from me as he handed me the Eric doll and token. I played a few more games before spotting Wolfie running away from some girls with a purple tiger in his arms.
Save me, oh my god, save me, oh my god.
I saw him duck behind a
booth.
booth as the girls passed. I waited a few moments to make sure they weren't coming back before going over to him.
So what was that about?
They wanted my tiger.
Why? Couldn't they just
If you know what I mean.
Why? Couldn't they just win one for themselves?
Apparently it's the only one in this color.
I fail to see why that would cause that kind of reaction.
They're tiger fangirls, and this is the shade his hair was in one concert.
Ah, fangirls are scary.
Yes, they are. Save me. Very, very, very scary.
Maybe we should stick together. It might deter them.
Ah, you think so?
Sure. Now we have 2 rare dolls, but I don't think they'll try and get you to give them yours if you're already with a girl.
Oh, yeah. 2? What did you get?
I lifted my Eric doll into view.
Why do you have the doll of Mr. Valdemar?
I won it in goldfish scooping. It was apparently made for yesterday's game.
Oh, but why was a doll of him even made for that? He wasn't in the game.
I shrugged.
Ah,
Who knows?
Ha ha!
We played a few more games before we saw the Count trying his hand at a hoops game.
I'm not sure how you did it, but you missed every shot. Do you want to retry?
No, that's fine. There are plenty of other games for me to fail spectacularly at around here. God, I suck.
He turned around and noticed us.
Miss Archer and Mr. Wolfie. How good to see the two of you. Although, is this a date? I'd hate to interrupt a date, unless you want a 3-date.
No, it's not a date.
Then you won't mind if I take Miss Archer for a date.
Not happening.
Fuck. You won't, Miss Archer. I merely wanted to enjoy your company.
You can come with us?
Not quite what I had in mind, but it's a do. So why are the two of you together anyway? I thought we split up.
We did, but Wolfie ran into a little problem.
I nodded in the direction of Wolfie, who squeezed softly on the doll he was holding.
Fangirls tried to steal my tiger.
Tiger?
He turned his head to look down at the doll.
Oh, Tiger, I get it.
He turned his head to see my doll as well.
Is that what I think it is? That's a me.
It's an Eric doll.
That's a me.
I lifted it up so he could get a better look.
So it is. It looks remarkably similar to the dolls from yesterday.
It was apparently made for yesterday's games.
Why would...
Even he doesn't know. He shook his head slightly.
Who made the doll? I'm going to need to speak to Joshua after this is done. Right, well, let's get going. I have more games to lose, and you two have games to win.
We continued going from booth to booth until we ran across a crowd milling at one of the booths.
Did you say that? That guy just hit all the targets dead center.
Yeah, and this isn't even the first time. He's been clearing all the target games like they're nothing.
Looks like Mr. Mamaruni-san is enjoying himself.
Mamaruni-san? He's the one the crowd is talking about?
He's the only person I know with a name like that. I should know.
Great, this is all going to his head.
Tell me about it.
Mamaruni-san started heading out of the crowd and turned towards his next conquest when he noticed us.
Why are you guys all together? I better not be the only one in this team doing all the work.
Hey, we've been winning games too.
Well, they've been winning. I've been losing spectacularly. You always lose spectacularly.
I see he's already figured out who he is.
True. So have you won me anything this time? You're too late. I tossed them at some random girls. Seriously, why are all the prizes so girly? So cruel. How many hearts do you plan on breaking? A gift is nothing to scoff at. Those girls didn't look heartbroken. In fact, I'd say they looked ecstatic.
Wolfie and I exchanged a glance before shrugging our shoulders. Mamaruni-san turned to us.
Seeing that the two of you have dolls, I'm assuming you guys managed to be more useful than the Count here.
He took a long look at the doll cradled in my arms before commenting.
Wait, is that supposed to be Eric?
Yep, apparently it's one of a kind.
He turned a little in the direction of the Count as if they were sharing a secret conversation. The Count just shrugged in response.
Apparently it was made for yesterday's game. I had no say in this. Well, why? Pizza me. Then it somehow managed to find its way into becoming one of the prizes of today's games. You know what? I'm not even going to ask. I'm not.
But you already did.
Let's get something to eat. If I'm hungry, then our two black holes must be starved.
We all headed in the direction of the food stands. Mamaruni-san looked at everything in distaste.
So is there anything here that's actually safe to eat? It's all safe. Doesn't look that way, but fine. What are these things anyway?
There's takoyaki, yakisoba, yakitori, taiyaki, dorayaki, okonomiyaki.
Why do all these have yaki in the name? They don't sound appealing at all. Yaki, not yaki. Try something. I, for one, am going to have the taiyaki. I'm in the mood for something sweet.
And all of the yakitori. Grilled chicken is the best.
I'll get that too, just to be safe.
Oh hey, they even have odoridon. I'm getting that.
What's that?
Well, you'll see.
We all went to get our own food before heading over to a table to eat.
What the hell is that? Is that... raw headless squid? Why would you even want to eat that?
Shut up and just watch.
I would have
Shut up
loved
and
to see the look
drive.
on his face as I poured soy sauce over the squid, but the mask still covered most of it. His actions and words, however, completely made up for it.
Holy crap! Why is it moving? Are you actually going to eat that? That is the grossest thing I've ever seen! How the hell is it even still moving? It doesn't have a head! It's actually pretty simple. The squid's nerve endings are still intact, and the sodium in the soy sauce causes the neurons to fire, making the muscles twitch. That's still pretty sick.
We spent the rest of our
Yeah, I
lunch
know.
discussing the best and worst foods we've ever come across.
It's radical.
When we'd all eaten our fill, I looked towards the others.
Should we get going? We may as well stick together since we've already covered most of the games.
Fine. It might help keep the damn crowds away. I thought you enjoyed the plays. Praise, yes. The lack of space, not so much.
We headed to a few more games before coming across the High Striker.
Hey, Count. This one looks like it'd be right up your alley. No finesse or skill required. Just blunt the force. I may actually stand a chance at these.
The attendant handed him a large mallet. We all stood back as he swung at the target. I watched the puck rise quickly up the tower to strike the bell with a loud ring! Ding, 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 ding!
Congratulations, you won!
You did it! I actually won. What the fuck? You did.
For winning one, you get this token, but you can also pick any of these plush toys as well. What'll it be?
The keepy one, please.
Alright, here you go.
The attendant handed him the Kippy doll in token as he took back the mallet. He looked at the doll closely.
I've always wanted a dog that looked like these. With 3 heads. Not that bad. The soft, fluffy with stumpy legs part. Perhaps I should go look for the one. You do realize it can't even scratch its own ears, alright? That's what I'm here for.
Eric's announcement tone suddenly played through the area.
I hope that everyone has enjoyed this event as much as I did planning it. Still, the festival isn't over yet. Find a good spot with a view of the sky, because it's almost time for fireworks. Count, do you know any good places to watch from? I think I do.
Count led us to a grassy hill in the garden. We watched as fireworks lit up the night sky. Aww.
They're all little genies.
I was halfway through filling my plate when a familiar voice called out my name. Miss Archer, there you are. I was afraid I wouldn't see you today. Well, it's easier to recognize you in this outfit than the yukata and mask, Ice Queen. It's the last day. I'm pretty sure Eric won't mind you using my name. It's not like it makes a difference anymore. I guess. I can keep calling you Miss Archer if you like, though. No, Catbutt's fine. You seem kind of down. I'm sad it's over, that's all. To be honest, so am I. Eric's games are always a nice distraction. Yeah, so do you think your team will win? No, not in the least.
Ours won't.
I think we literally only have like 1 point.
We're definitely not gonna win.
You're being a bit pessimistic, aren't you?
No, I'm being realistic. I know the total my team has, and it's not nearly enough to stand a chance at winning. What about your team?
I don't know.
I guess we need to wait and see. Catbutt, no. There's
Catbutt.
no way in hell.
We have nothing, Catbutt. There's nothing waiting for us.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm cheering you on.
Thanks.
Oh, that reminds me, I had a talk with Eric about you.
You did?
He says that you're an amazing cook. I have to admit I'm jealous that you cooked for him first, but I'm also dying to taste something you've made.
He's just exaggerating.
Eric is a food connoisseur. He's got the best chefs in the world on his payroll and only even hires the best for events. If he says your cooking is amazing, then he means it.
Oh.
So, let's set a time and date for when you can treat me to a special feast too. Without Eric, of course.
Of course, I owe you for that recipe book.
I smile at her before we put our heads together to figure out a convenient date and place for both of us. We just settled on one when Memories, Osiria's ringtone, started to play. Impatient. I was surprised by the fondness she put into that one word as she answered the phone. What happened to not calling today?
Didn't you say there was no point because I'd be home tomorrow? Ah, I see. So the head butler asked you to. Any particular reason? Did he seriously say you were darkening the corridors with your moping? I'm sad to have missed that. True. I did actually. I met someone very special, and I just finished making plans to see them again when you phoned. Isn't this an odd time for you to decide to do laundry? Come to think of it, since when do you do laundry? Okay, then I won't keep you from your sheets. I miss you too. Don't stay up too late folding your sheets. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
All right.
She cut the call before looking at her phone with a contemplative expression.
The fuck?
I give it 5 minutes. Knowing him, he'll call back in 5 minutes. Ah. And when he does, I'm probably going to need to be in private when he freaks out. Oh well. Not bad. You have a high-maintenance pet. The payoff is worth it. Still, I should probably get going now. Good luck with the competition. We said our goodbyes and she left.
Bye.
A few weeks passed since I returned home and I finally settled into my old routine. The entire trip seemed like one strange dream, but a good dream nonetheless. I met wonderful people and got to try delicious food. All in all, I consider that a win. I was startled out of my thoughts by the sound of someone knocking on the door. Mira, could you get that? I'm almost ready.
What am I, your butler?
Despite saying that, Mira still went to answer the door. A few moments later, Osiria followed Mira into the dining room while a handsome young man trailed behind them. It's good to see you again, Catbutt. The food smells delicious.
Allow me, milady.
The young man pulled...
Oh, she only lets one person call her milady.
Ah! The young man
That's adorable.
pulled out a seat for Osiria and pushed it in when she was seated before going to stand off to the side. Mira and I sat down as well, but couldn't stop glancing at the young man. Do sit down, Varen. You're making our hosts nervous. There's plenty of food for you as well. Please join us. The young man seemed startled for a moment before making a beeline for the chair closest to Osiria.
Right away, milady. It is an honor to...
Eat, Varen.
Of course, milady.
He took a tentative bite of the food.
Oh, wow, this is delicious. In fact, I think I could give it the mansion's chef a run for his money.
All pretext of formality gone, Varen dug in and began to polish the food off his plate with gusto. I watched as Osiria ate at a much more sedate pace while keeping her amused eyes locked on Varen. When we were all done, Varen apologized for behaving in such an un-butler-like way, despite us assuring him it was fine. Oh, one last thing before I leave. Catbutt, do you know that restaurant downtown with the red and black exterior? Yeah, it's a pretty fancy place. Well, I'm in need of a head chef for it, and I would be extremely honored if you would consider filling that position. Are you serious?
Cooking.
But I'm just a lowly kitchen hand and... I assure you, if you want the job, the other kitchen staff will do everything in their power to assist you in making more meals like this one. To be honest, I worry about the taste buds of those at your workplace if they haven't realized what talent they have on their hands yet. But
Milady is right. It's a waste of your talent to turn down the offer. See, I've been telling you for years how good your cooking is. Don't miss this opportunity. Not when you've wanted this for so long and a pretty lady is offering it to you.
But head chef! I wouldn't be offering if I didn't believe you could do it and do it well. Trust me when I say I don't offer jobs to anyone I just met.
She's not thinking clearly. Let me accept it on her behalf.
Mira! Great, when can she start?
Her current employment needs 2 weeks' notice, so...
Alright, I'll be in touch with the details. Osiria shot a look at her watch. Now I really have to leave, but it was wonderful seeing you again, Catbutt. Mira, it's always a pleasure.
Likewise. What the fuck, we know each other?
Apparently.
The fuck?
I watched in stunned silence as Osiria and Varen left as though they hadn't just rocked my world apart. And we're here with the fan book! This is the official Halloween Otome fan book with outtakes, behind-the-scenes art, information about all the characters, and extra scenes and stuff, and I love it. It makes me so happy. And we shall begin.
We are getting married next month.
What?
You heard me.
That is not how you propose.
So, how was the geese?
I was too busy falling to my death to notice.
Why do you keep choosing that guy?
He's nice.
He insults me all the time.
Let me rephrase that. He's nice to me.
Does an otome mean girl? Yes. I'm not attending. What? Why not? Because I'm not a girl. I'm just prettier than they are. Landon gets his drunk habits from his mother. She, too, is bluntly honest when drunk. Oh, boy.
It's not fair. I'm never going to get to have grandkids.
Hey, just because I don't want kids doesn't mean I never...
Yes, but you're you, and I love you, son, but what woman in her right mind would let you father her child?
Gee, thanks, Mom.
Later.
My own mother thinks I'm unlovable.
I don't think you're unlovable. I just think you're a lot for any woman to handle, and the thought of a miniature you would send them running for the hills.
Eric initially wanted to appear on the chandelier in true Phantom of the Opera style. Sir, your chandelier would not be able to handle your weight. The first time Varen saw a serious costume for the Halloween event. Milady, I'm coming with you!
You were banned, remember?
But I need to protect you from pushy suitors.
No buts. I can take care of myself.
When Tyler goes to ask if there's a Miss Archer plush doll.
Mr. Valdivar, hi.
Oh, hello, Wolfie. Is there anything that I can help you with?
Yeah, about today's game.
I see. Do you also have a complaint about it?
No, I was wondering if there was a Miss Archer doll made.
I believe there was.
Really? Can I see it, please?
Joshua, I've already retrieved it, sir. Here you go, Mr. Wolf.
Oh, wow. It's so cute and soft. This is really good quality.
If you feel that strongly about it, then consider it yours.
I couldn't possibly.
Please, you'll be doing us a favor. We're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with the ones no one wants. Eric choosing game names for his players. Raccoon Boy. Sir, that is a legal adult in a werewolf costume. Are you sure? He kind of looks like a teenager in a raccoon outfit.
Quite sure, sir.
Oh, Wolfie then.
So, a token in which animal?
Purple tiger, a bat, a Kippy doll. Why am I not surprised? All these prizes are silly. Wait, is that what I think it is? Nah, Eric wouldn't give away a doll of himself. He'd be too worried about fangirls defiling the mini-him.
Oh, God.
If I'm seeing him in places like this, I'm obviously spending too much time with him.
I'll take the unicorn.
A unicorn, huh? That's probably the girliest of plushes.
All right, here you go.
Here, Mr. Bandages, it's for you.
I was caught off guard when she shoved the unicorn into my arms. What the? Why would you give me this? It's not manly at all. What am I even supposed to do with something like this? What?
It's a stallion. It suits you perfectly.
What is that supposed to mean? Stallion? I'm aggressive? Or could it be? Aren't stallions known for their size? Mike Pence fucked a horse. And unicorns have that big horn. Aren't horns thought to be aphrodisiacs in some countries? Is she seriously trying to? I looked at her cat mask and cursed the lack of facial features exposed. Damn! I can't read her expression if I can't see it. She turned away from me and started heading off towards the next booth, certainly not interested in my reaction. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. Yeah, seriously, Equus, you're reading in way too much.
Definitely reading in quite a bit.
Look, just stop. Just stop, Mr. Bench, just stop.
Man, it's good to be back.
How was the getaway?
It was really fun. I've got some cool song ideas thanks to...
So what's this I hear about you proposing? Should I take it that's a lie?
Yeah, it's a lie.
I thought so. You have a hard enough time talking to women, let alone proposing. Now I just wonder why people seem to think that you proposed at a Halloween party.
Oh.
Oh?
I didn't propose,
But?
I did start dating the most amazing girl. They probably misunderstood.
And everyone saw? And they know it was Tiger?
Yeah, we kind of kissed on the stage under the spotlights and I sang Memories.
This is not good.
It's great?
Kid, part of your appeal is that people want you. If people think you're taken, this could be bad.
It can't be that bad.
Not to mention your crazy fangirls might actually decide to do something drastic.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
So what do we do?
We tell the press you broke up, or it was a fling.
I don't know.
Look, you can keep seeing her. You've just got to keep it under wraps.
But I don't want to hide it.
I know, kid, but we've been getting threatening mail since last night, and I really think it'd be safer for everyone involved if it was kept secret. On the bright side, they don't know who she is, so she could be safe, but if you guys go out in public, well...
I'll talk to her about it.
I'm not just gonna do this without her consent.
All right, kid. I won't do anything without your go-ahead.
Thanks.
Hey, you're my star. I've got to look out for you.
Hey.
Aww.
Oh, manager
And then if you scroll down, you'll see a very saucy Tyler pic.
Oh my, saucy. He has ears. Mira's eyes flickered to her watch when she heard the polite knock on the door. Looks like he's punctual. She crossed the room and threw the door wide open. Am I at the right house? I'm looking for... You're at the right house. She's just running a bit late. Oh, okay. So you're a tiger.
Yeah, when I'm on stage anyway.
You're shorter than I expected.
I wear heels on stage. How long did she say she was going to be?
Oh, you know us girls. We may take forever to get ready for a date.
Well, maybe I should just wait.
So, Tiger, what are your intentions regarding my best friend?
Oh boy.
I don't have any intentions. No, that's not true. I don't have any bad intentions. I really like her and I want to spend time with her and get to know her.
And that's all you want?
Yes, well, I mean, I'm hoping, I wouldn't say all, but...
I see.
I'm not really sure you do.
So tell me, why her? You have thousands of girls who throw themselves at your feet, so why her?
For one, she's not as scary as those thousands of girls.
Are you sure we're talking about the same person?
And she's the first person I've met who can eat as much as I can, so she doesn't get freaked out watching me eat.
In that case, you better keep making hits or you'll eat yourselves out of house and home.
I really like spending time with her. She's really fun to have around.
Yeah, she is. Family resemblance. Catbutt fiddled with clothing nervously as Landon rang the doorbell of the imposing manor. She still couldn't believe he'd asked her to come with him to see his parents. Sure, he said it was to prove something to them that he was really seeing someone, but meeting the parents was a big deal, right?
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It'll finally get them off my back, so yes. Before they could think too much of his response, the door was opened by a butler, and they were shown to a room where a tall, beautiful woman and a shorter, jovial man waited.
These must be his parents. There is absolutely zero resemblance between him and his dad.
Mum, Dad, this is Catbutt. Catbutt, these are my parents. A squeal of glee cut through the tension in the room, causing Landon's father to shoot a fond glance at his wife. Oh, honey, you slept.
Landon's mother gave an embarrassed cough before composing herself and turned a critical eye on Emma. Well, you're definitely the real thing. If he was hiring a fake girlfriend, he'd have chosen an elegant model. What exactly is it that interests you in my son? Is it his money?
Of course not.
No? His fame, then? Because I have a hard time believing it's his personality.
Gee, thanks, Mum.
How can you say that about your own son? I mean, sure, he's a jerk.
Gee, thanks, Catbutt.
But deep down, he has a heart of gold. We might argue a lot, but I know I can rely on him to be there for me when I need him. Plus, he's really cute when he gets embarrassed.
I don't get embarrassed.
I seem to remember you getting quite embarrassed when you confessed to me.
Ah, shut up.
A smile broke out on Mr. Rivera's face at the exchange, but Mrs. Rivera's expression did not change. I see. Landon.
Yes.
Don't mess this one up.
Why do you assume I'll mess it up?
3 pairs of accusing eyes turned on him.
I hate all of you. Don't be like that. You know we love you. We're just concerned.
We're being realistic. Landon, you and I don't exactly have the easiest personalities to put up with.
I love your personality.
I know, dear, but you're a rare case.
Right, well, now that you've seen that she's real, we'll be leaving.
Nonsense. You're staying for dinner at the very least.
But...
A sharp look from his mother had Landon swallowing whatever protest he'd been about to make.
All right, fine. Catbutt?
Let me just call Mira and tell her I won't be home to make dinner.
The moment Catbutt left the room to make the call, Mrs. Rivera started to pace.
I need to call the caterers.
That's probably a good idea. She can eat like you wouldn't believe.
Not for dinner, for the wedding.
Whose wedding?
Yours, of course. You can't let her slip through your fingers.
What the hell? I'm not getting married. Dad, talk some sense into her. That usually goes the other way around. Let her have her fun. She's adorable and she gets excited.
In the end, Landon barely managed to convince his mother to delay the wedding plans a little.
Wow. Finding the one. Joshua, aren't these puppies adorable? They are certainly fluffy, sir. I know. Isn't it just wonderful? They look just like mini kippies. Without the wings and multiple heads, you mean? Although such things would have made traveling across the country to see them somewhat more sensible. Hey, you're the one who's always saying we should get some dogs. Guard dogs from the breeder in town, yes. Not little puffballs. Just because they're cute doesn't mean they can't be vicious. Of course not, sir, but I hardly see one turning into a respectable protector with you fawning all over it. Joshua, I don't need a respectable protector. That's what I have you for. Be that as it may. Oh, look at this one. He's so cute. Is that the one you... Oh, look. This one's so adorable. It just rolled over. No, wait. Rolling over is hardly quite a feat for puffballs like these. This one has blue eyes. It can barely keep said eyes open, sir. Wow, look at the size of this one's... I don't know what the other part of that's supposed to be. Very impressive, Master Eric, but I think people will think you're competing... Joshua, look! This one looks just like you. Sir, I look nothing like that puffball, and if I did, it would be quite disconcerting to take care of. Wait, is that it? Look, Joshua, I found one! This one looks just like Kippy. The wingless and single-headed versions, perhaps, just like all the rest. No, this one looks a lot more like Kippy than the others. To be quite frank, sir, they all look the same to me. Still, it is your choice to be making. This one! We are taking this one. I told you I'd find the perfect one. Very good, Master Eric. I shall pay the breeder, so we shall be on our way. Take the puppy!
Puppers! Aww!
The fake boyfriend.
So this takes place in the general route when they've won the game and they're all on the getaway to the Maldives.
Aha.
So basically all three of them are going to be competing for her the whole time.
Okay. Jeez, what took you two so long to change? Don't look at me, it's the kid's fault.
The door to the changing room got jammed. If Landon wasn't there, I'd
Oh,
still be stuck inside.
Right, well, let's not keep Emma as a Catbutt waiting any longer. I'm surprised you didn't take the opportunity to spend alone time with her. Well, that would hardly be sporting, would it? I have to give you guys a fighting chance at least.
The playful banter came to a halt as they turned the corner to see a couple of guys hitting on a clearly disinterested Catbutt.
This is like one of those harassment scenes in the movies. We've got to help her.
Please, she can take care of herself. Or did you forget that she threatened to make a guy eat his own balls?
Still, we should help her.
That's a really cliché way to earn points, right, Eric?
It was at that moment it dawned on the two men, that Eric was no longer beside them. While they were discussing what to do, he'd crossed the distance between them and Emma. They watched with varying degrees of displeasure as Eric embraced Emma from behind.
Oh, sorry for the wait, darling. You look super cute in your swimsuit.
Eric glanced up at the unknown guys as though seeing them for the first time.
Oh? And who are these gentlemen?
Eric's bright smile had the guy shrinking back. Even Landon had to admit it was a bit unnerving.
We totally lost.
No, it's not over yet. Come on.
At the sight of Landon and Tyler coming towards them, the guys decided to cut their losses and scurried off. Landon shot Eric a disgruntled look.
You comfy over there?
Eric stuck his tongue out at Landon from where he was still holding Emma.
Yep. Jealous? As if.
Emma just disentangled herself from Eric and shot him a smile.
Thanks for the assist. I was beginning to think I'd have to beat some sense into those creeps if they didn't leave soon.
Now I almost regret coming over. I'd have loved to have cheered you on as you dispensed justice. I'm sure we would have gotten kicked out.
Well, either way, they're gone now, so we can have some fun.
Tyler shot Catbutt a concerned look.
Are you sure you're okay, Miss Catbutt?
Seriously, I'm fine. I've had to deal with worse before.
What, worse?
If I could, I'd make it so you'd never have to deal with another creep again. Although poor Landon wouldn't be able to see you anymore. Hey!
Catbutt rolled her eyes at them playfully.
Come on, guys. Time's wasting. It'll be lunch soon, and then we'll have to wait a whole hour before heading into the water.
Landon, Tyler, and Eric exchanged looks as Catbutt headed toward the water. The winner of this round was clear. Round 1, Eric.
Oh, he hugged her.
Landon eyed the bright monstrosity that Eric laid on with more than a little distaste.
Oh, I can't believe you brought that towel. It's horrendous. It's cute. Tyler.
It's unique.
See? Even he thinks it's ugly. You just have no taste. Catbutt, what are you?
Eric cut himself off when Catbutt suddenly scrambled to her feet, staring at the water.
What's wrong?
I think that kid's drowning.
The three men turned to see the figure waving their arms and bobbing up and down in the distance.
Shit! Eric, get the lifeguard. Right.
There's no time.
Having said that, Catbutt dove into the water and began swimming steadily toward the child.
What the? Hey!
Having realized what she was doing, Landon paused only long enough to grab a towel before diving in after her. He soon passed Catbutt with his strong strokes. The moment he was close enough to the child, he flung out the towel.
Grab on. I'll tell you to show.
The panicked kid didn't even seem to hear Landon's command. Landon looked back to see Catbutt getting nearer and made a snap decision. He grabbed onto the kid and started swimming back to shore. Staying afloat with the kid acting on instinct was hard, but not harder than having to save 2 people. The moment they were all safely back ashore, Landon knelt before the coughing kid.
Hey, look at me. You're all right. It's all right. We're out of the water. Breathe.
The kid nodded at Landon, even as he started to take in huge gulps of air.
I guess you're more responsible than I thought.
You? What's wrong with you? You could have died.
Landon, unlike the kid, I can swim.
Yeah, but you are strong enough to swim for 2. Do you know that a drowning person's first instinct is to push you down and get on top of you? Think before you do something, damn it!
At that moment, Eric and Tyler returned with the lifeguard and the distraught mother of the child. The mother immediately pulled her son into an embrace before thanking Catbutt and Landon profusely. God damn it, I keep messing that up.
I know.
Actually, it was Landon who saved him. I didn't do much.
That's not true. You saw he was drowning first.
Yeah, we might not have noticed him without you.
Then I guess it was a team effort.
Catbutt shot a bright smile at Landon, who looked away huffily.
Whatever. Just don't make me have to do it again. You can't afford to pay me for the shoots I'd missed if I got injured.
You don't really mean that, do you?
Ignore him. He's just embarrassed at having been caught being human. Oh, shut up!
Catbutt's fond smile made one thing clear. Her estimation of Landon had definitely gone up.
Round 2, Landon.
Eric shot a concerned look at Landon as they took their seats for dinner.
How are you feeling? Fine.
Are you sure? You seem a bit stiff.
I just haven't had a workout like that in a while. I'm fine. If you're going to worry about someone, worry about Catbutt.
I'm fine. I'm not the one who swam someone back to shore.
The conversation was cut short by a man getting onto the stage.
Good evening. I'd like to thank you all for dining with us. We have a special treat tonight. We're having a karaoke contest. The winner gets as much food as their table can eat for free.
Oh, shit.
Did you hear that? Free food! Hell yeah!
This trip is already all expenses paid.
Yeah, but Eric's still paying for that. This is actual free food.
I'm more than happy to pay for all of us, Emma. I mean, Catbutt, fuck.
Tyler took one glance at Catbutt's conflicted expression and found himself standing up.
Tyler?
I'm gonna enter.
Having said that, he made his way to where the man from earlier was accepting entries. Landon watched him go before muttering under his breath.
That little shit. I have to admit, it does feel a bit like he's cheating. You're one to talk. It's not like you haven't used your acting abilities to get ahead. And you've used your physical abilities. Maybe we're all cheaters.
What's wrong with using your skills to get ahead? Isn't that why you have them?
Landon and Eric exchanged glances when they realized Catbutt had been listening to the conversation, and thanked their lucky stars they hadn't been more specific. Tyler returned to their table holding a mic.
Catbutt, could you turn your seat around?
Like this?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Once he was happy, Tyler gave a signal to the person controlling the karaoke machine. A slow love ballad started to play. Tyler's sweet voice and the way he seemed to only have eyes for Catbutt held everyone's attention. He was practically serenading her. Eric took the opportunity to whisper to Landon under the sound of the music.
Okay, you're right. That's just plain unfair. I can't believe I thought he was the honorable one. At least he isn't using one of his own songs. Well, yeah, his fans would immediately recognize him if he did.
The onlookers drew in a collective breath as Tyler took Catbutt's hand and brought it to his mouth during a lull in the music.
That's the timid wolf. He's certainly bolder when he's singing. He's practically a different person. Tyler and Tiger are about as different as 2 people can get. Still, this seems to be somewhere in the middle.
The moment the song finished, it was like a switch had flipped. The seductive Casanova was gone, and in his place was a shyly blushing Tyler, staring into Catbutt's eyes. It was only the round of applause for his performance that brought him back to reality. With a muttered excuse, Tyler left to return the mic.
That free food is so ours.
Ah.
Aww.
Though.
Okay, and that about wraps it up. Halloween Otome was a game that we loved and a series that we loved, and we're sad to meet the end of it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.